Hello, everyone. This is Seder at War, Take 2. The first of the 15 steps that we're going to take at the Seder is Kiddush, which is a little strange, simply because why is that unique for the Seder night? I understand that eating the afikomen, tzafun, is unique. I understand that saying Hallel at night is unique, but Kiddush is the way we receive every Shabbos and Yontiv. At the beginning of every Shabbos and Yontiv, we say Kiddush, and with the exception of Yom Kippur, we say it over a full cup of wine. So why is it that on the Seder night, it's one of the so-called 15 unique steps that we're going to take that night, that it made it into the Simanei HaSeder, namely Kiddush? Indeed, halachically, it is unique for 3 reasons. Number 1, every Shabbos and Yontiv, you can start early. During daylight saving time, I'm sure many of you do what's called an early Shabbos. And halachically, you can even do an early Yontiv on all the Yomim Tovim. There's excuses not to, but the bottom line is it's allowed. Except, says the Tosfot, at the beginning of the 10th parak of Psachim, except for the Seder night. On that night, you can only make Kiddush at night because Kiddush is also one of the 4 cups of wine, and the 4 cups of wine can only be said at night. Difference number 2. On every Shabbos and Yontiv, you can drink what's called a milo lugmav of the wine. Namely, you make Kiddush, a cheekful is good enough, and you go wash your hands, and that's good enough. Not so on the Seder night, because it's one of the 4 cups of wine. We poskin that you're supposed to drink the entire cup, or at least the majority of the cup, and only in extreme circumstances is a cheekful good enough. And number 3, on all the Shabbos and the Yomim Tovim, you can use any wine that you would like. Not so on the Seder night. On the Seder night, it's preferable to use red wine to remember the blood in which the Jewish people were killed during that terrible time in Egypt. Not to mention the fact that it's better to use wine than grape juice, according to many poskim. For these 3 reasons, indeed, Kiddush or Kiddush on the Seder night is unique from all the Yomim Tovim. But what does this teach us? In my opinion, it teaches us something very fundamental, and that is that being a free person means you have the ability to sanctify time. You have the ability to utilize time, and to be more precise, you have the ability not to waste time. And if there's any lesson right at the beginning of the Seder, it's that we got out of Egypt. We are now a free people. The first challenge on our agenda is to use and utilize time and not to waste time. I'm always amazed when I travel and I see before a flight people sitting around just sipping a cup of coffee or a cup of something else, and they're just sitting around. I always think, you're Jewish. If they were Jewish, this would be Bitul Torah. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to take out a sefer or to listen to a shiur or a podcast. Indeed, because we were taken from servitude to freedom, we have so much more of a sensitivity to time that we try to utilize it. Obviously, we believe in downtime, we believe in recreation time and vacations, but all in measure. But obviously, all of that comes under the rubric of sanctifying time. And all the more so this year, when there's so many Jews, over 100 in number, that their time is not alone because they're in captivity. And what a better time to remember them, right at this moment, at the beginning of the Seder, right at this moment, to say there are over 100 Jews that don't have the ability to utilize and to use their time as they see fit because they are now in captivity. They are now in servitude. And right before we make Kiddush, let us remember them. Let us remember and daven that they will hopefully also be able to get out and also be able to utilize and sanctify time, just like the rest of their brothers and sisters, the Jewish people.